pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Before we start with our regular agenda, we seem to have an issue up here at the council table. We've had a long-standing procedure that people that are sitting at the council table get to sit where they sit. Senior council people get to move. New council people get to take what's left. It seemed to be fair. We've always done that. We haven't had a problem with it until tonight. Mr. Sederstrom has decided, he did this at a meeting before, that he doesn't want to sit in his chair, which is over here. He decided he wants to sit here, which is Tina's chair. This is Tina's chair. She's a senior council member. I've asked Mr. Sederstrom to move several times. Mr. Sederstrom has declined to move. So Loren, I need you to move.
I'm not moving. I've already talked to the deputy at the sheriff, and she assured me that I should avoid conflict.
What conflict
Mr.
are you
Huber
talking about?
has assaulted me at the last full city council meeting. He swung his arm and hit it. I've made a full police report. If you want to read the police report, be my guest. But it has officially been filed, okay?
Okay, well, you can't just arbitrarily decide to move. The council is here. I'm presiding over this body, and I'm talking, Larry, sorry. And I'm presiding over this room, and per the League of Minnesota Cities, the role in preserving order is my job. Okay, you're supposed to follow the agenda. You're supposed to ruling and procedure. People that are on the member or the council, if they're being unruly or disruptive, I can take care of that issue. So here's the thing, Loren, you're deciding you're not wanting to move. I don't want to waive this and say I can do this. The council runs grant. No individual member does, neither do you. So to move, you would need the authority of the council members to move. Okay? You don't have that. So I would like to also just make sure we're on the same page, say that I think you should move back to your chair. And I'll do that in the form of a motion. That's how we're a democracy, republic, and that's how we do things with a motion. So I make a motion that Loren moves back to his original chair that he's had for the last 10 months. Okay.
Open for discussion?
Go ahead, Larry.
Okay, at this point, I for the very same reason, do not feel it's healthy for Mr. Sederstrom to sit next to Mr. Huber. He's adversarial. At that last city council meeting, if you watched it, he's trying to get your attention. And yes, I don't understand why Tina's objecting, because she knows that when I talk a lot of times with my hands. Sometimes my hands get in front of her and she slaps you down. Well, in the case of Mr. Sederstrom, he was trying to get your attention. Of course, you aren't calling, and it was on an issue that Mr. Huber did not agree with. So if you watch the tape, he grabbed his elbow and he slammed it up to put his arm down. So Mr. Sederstrom says he does not feel safe sitting next to Mr. Huber. So at that point, your job is to put out a safe environment up here and run the meeting. And I don't feel where it's unsafe for him to move where he feels more comfortable. If this is a control issue, I would like to see your written policy that says where we have to sit. Mayor Carr, you've been at many of the Charter Commission meetings. We never sat in the same place ever over there. I don't think it's a written policy, and I feel if Mr. Sederstrom feels more safe sitting over here, should be allowed to sit over here. That's why I moved from Mr. Huber also over there. He sat there at the very first meeting, and then a very adversarial deal to try to discredit somebody. So I said, I am moving. I'm not going to spend my deal sitting next to Mr. Huber.
Okay, well, and Larry, I appreciate that. So, there's two issues. One, Loren has to move back to his seat. That's number one. Okay, and if you're having problems with Tina and Loren's having a problem with Jeff, then maybe we just swap those two and then we move on and get our meeting going, because I'm sure people don't want to sit out here and listen to this.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting, that he be allowed to sit where he's comfortable. Why would you want to have it any other way?
That's fine. If he has a problem with Jeff, we'll put Tina over here. He doesn't get to automatically just choose to move and sit there and say he's not moving. That's not how you run a meeting. So right now, I'm going to call my motion. All those in favor of having Loren move back to his chair, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I'm going to make a second motion that Jeff and Tina swap spots.
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion?
Yeah, I oppose that for the very same reason I moved over there. I do not wish to sit next to Mr. Huber. Now, if you want to run a calm meeting, let them sit over. They seem to get you're a council majority. You guys seem to get along just fine. Let them sit there, run your meeting. If you want a nice, calm, collected deal, then you take and let this thing set as it is.
Jeff?
Are you issuing a threat, Larry, that we won't have a calm and collected meeting if I sit next to you?
No, but you're very good at turning words around. So if that's the way you want to play it, Jeff, you go ahead and play with your words. You go right ahead. But I'm telling you, if you want a cohesive meeting going forward, and you feel more comfortable over here, I see no reason why you shouldn't be allowed to sit here. And
Okay.
so if
Anyway,
you're
my
doing
motion-
it,
My motion's on the floor. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that passed. Any noes?
No,
Okay.
No.
All right, Lauren, you need to move, please.
not moving.
Please.
Absolutely not.
Deputy, could you please have Mr. Sederstrom move to either his seat or escort him out of the building, please?
What's your choice, Mr. Sederstrom?
Handcuffs.
way.
You're refusing down there. Are you refusing to move? Places that way.
Yep, take me out. By the way, folks, this is the second award I won, the second year in a row for SEC, Technical and Excellence Production for the All-Around Grant Show. Are you escorting me out?
Your jacket.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay. And Jeff is back there. Okay. Oh, could you give those to Kim, please, Jeff? Thank you.
Can you please pass that down?
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah,
the second motion was also to flip-flop Jeff.
right, you guys are going to flip. Yeah, now, that's what we voted on.
this time I refuse to participate. Thank you.
We can be gentlemen, Larry. We can both be gentlemen, Larry.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it come out over you, so
Well,
there's a reason
I hereby make a pledge to act as a gentleman.
you don't honor your word, mister.
All right.
Unfortunate. Very
Let's get down to the work of the city. That's why we all came here. Thank you very much for coming. Let's keep moving forward. All right. Next thing on our agenda is the approval of regular agenda.